Rebecca is busy getting ready for us to leave today. Um, just put up a couple names on some supporter Wall of Fame bricks, so we'll be releasing those over the next few days. But yeah, got to get this cardio in. Gonna get me a cold plunge session, hop in the hot tub, maybe even freeze sleeve later before I go. We'll rub down a little icy hot. Yeah, today's departure day, so heading out soon. How's everybody's weekend? Y'all have a good time? What's up, Fernando? Oh, how soon after waking up you start cardio? So used to, I would take a thermogenic immediately, and 30 minutes later I started cardio. So now it could be an hour after I wake up. It could be 2 hours after I wake up. But normally it's fasted. But a lot of times recently I'll just get hungry and eat. But I've also standard everything said do 10-minute walks after you eat. So it doesn't really matter if I eat first then come do cardio. Still getting the cardio benefit. I think you get more fat burning if you do it fasted, but I'm not sure. What's everyone? Big win coming. Certainly hope so. Certainly hope so. What's up, Victor? Fun fact, Vitaly's birthday is on the 10th of May. That's cool. So's Oriole's birthday, my 15-year-old dog that I'm leaving to go over here to compete against. So I would not be leaving my dog if I didn't plan on winning. Plus, my mom's birthday is May 11th, Mother's Day this year, so I would not be traveling on this weekend if I wasn't planning on winning. So, I hate that he's going to have to lose on his birthday, though. What I like better, cold plunge or sauna? I like them both. So normally, cardio session, 20 minutes sauna, 4 or 5 minute cold plunge, then hot tubs. Normally how I do it. Yeah, Overlord Gaming's got to go to sleep. Yeah, this is how it is, man. Now, when we get to Istanbul and we do some stuff, morning walks or whatever. I mean, I won't be on a bike like this, so I don't know how we'll go live. We may just be sitting by the sea or something, but I don't know. Why is my left weaker than my right? Let me see. My right hand dominant. My left arm blew apart 15 years ago, landed on the table behind me. It was a surgery. Tommy John's, never healed back as strong. So yeah, I mean, my left's still pretty good. It's just not my right. Appreciate it, Armenian arm wrestler. Feel good. I do have to go after a big Russian though, so. Oh man. It's a beautiful day again. I don't remember what the weather's gonna be. But they're supposed to start backfilling the pool on Wednesday. And I know the next step after that is to pour the shallow end and then pour the deep in and, trowel it all up. Then the liner. So I'm sure we'll be back before they put the liner in. It wasn't the surgery was a bad decision. It's just I re-injured it and it was never the same. Tom John surgery's cool, but I mean, it's nothing like a bicep tendon repair. Bicep tendon repairs are probably the only surgery, one of the only surgeries that actually can heal back stronger than it ever was before, But the left elbow, the medial collective ligament ripped off the bone, flexor mass rode up the elbow, dislocated about 6 inches. So they took a tendon out of my hamstring, replaced the ligament in my elbow, Monster bash when I have a pool party. There you go. If I've never had the range of motion issues, would I be way stronger now? I would almost say certainly, yeah. It was such a, it inhibited so many things, not being able to close my arm, Couldn't get tight. Was forced to do a lot of different things. What do I think about Hermes versus Levon? I've always said, recently, 25% Hermes, 75% Levon. So it's not 50-50 in my mind. Nobody could be 50-50 against Levon. Not until somebody shows us something or Levon shows some weaknesses somewhere. Yeah, he's a bad dude. Man, arm wrestling hurts. So If your entire arm hurts, you're probably just getting in good work, but don't take my word on that. Maybe go to the doctor and check it out. But I didn't have insurance for the first 20 years of my arm wrestling career. So I had all kinds of injuries. I had no idea what they were. I just kept pulling through them. No, I did not pull a Corey, no. I didn't do much pulling. Most of my training's just been through my programming with the arm wrestling specific lifts. I mean, I know how to arm wrestle, so I just need to be stronger in the area. I mean, it's funny, people, how do you escape world's strongest grip fatalities? How'd everybody else do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if anyone else can slip with him, I can slip with him. So, how does Vitaly press often now? He pressed once left-handed versus Morozov. He tried pressing versus Hermes, a year and a half ago. It's so funny. People just think, oh, if you got to press, you can beat me. No, the best presses in the world don't beat me. Hermes is the only person who beat me when I was trying not to be pressed. And that's because he pressed through my fingers, not my arm, Have I ever broke my arm? Not my right arm, no. And I never broke my left arm either. Left elbow came apart. Right arm has had multiple fractures, but not the typical humerus bone break, Haven't had breakfast yet. Are there any plans to collab with Brian Shaw? When I spoke with him in New Jersey, Atlantic City, his guy talked about having me come out there. Saray talked about him and Brian coming out here, so I have no idea how things are going. I knew I had to prepare for this, so. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not gonna go towards Vitaly round one. I'm not gonna go toward him. I mean, I think I have too good of a lane with the strap connected back pressure through pronation and lat drag. So yeah, feel good about it though. Yeah, I mean, I don't think about if I try to make the slip and I get caught by Vitaly's grip. I don't try to make a slip. I slip. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, y'all are thinking way too much. I'm not thinking near that much. They're gonna say, ready, go. 99% sure our hands are gonna come apart. They're gonna put the strap on. They're gonna say, ready, go. And I'm 99% sure I don't get flash, So that's as much thought as I put into this. Is this type of cardio better than just walking? I don't know. This is easy for me, Just sit here, feel the breeze. Imagine what the pull's gonna look like when it's done. So yeah, cardio is whatever. And the thing is, you can be good at one cardio and suck at another. Like you've seen people who could play basketball for hours, but can't jog up and down the road. Or people who could, go play racquetball, but then they couldn't, play basketball for a long period of time. It just depends on what your body gets used to. What are my opinions on Kazakh monsters? And if you're from Kazakhstan, you're probably pretty strong. That's how that works. 7 rounds or 5. Everything now is 5 unless it's for a world title match. Everything's uniform since East versus West and King of the Table are one entity, Best of luck against Vitaly. Thank you, Pronator. Appreciate it. Yeah. I saw something about California, but obviously it's a question mark behind California. I can't read it because it went up too fast. So if I try to scroll down, I'm going to miss it. Advice for pain recovery. Ice. Fill your sink full of ice. Put some cold water in it. Dump your arm for 15 minutes. Pull it out. Dry it off. Deep, hard rub with some form of icy hot or something. Then wrap it real tight in a towel for about 20 minutes. Almost always recovers an arm. Almost always. Look what we got here. We got 60 people, 14 thumbs up. Click out, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. I think I definitely like my chances. I think it's going to be a hard match. I think he's extremely strong. I just think I had a very good preparation, Yeah, my weight's 300 pounds. So he's 30 pounds heavier than me. I don't have a goal weight really for pulling Levon. I just have strength the strength goal, It's just I'm assuming I'll be heavier since, if I win in 5 days, it'll be a December match. I'm always heavier in the winter, so I have no idea, 320, 330, something like that. Yeah, winning the coin toss, I guess, matters. Maybe he wants the buckle. I've been winning them a lot lately, and I haven't been taking the buckle. And then Armez chose to do a loose strap. I can't risk that. So if I win the coin toss, I'm going to ask for the buckle. Hello from Russia. Hey man, what's happening? Sport's definitely growing fast. Yeah, it's definitely growing fast. Oh man, I can't catch up with all those. Hacksaw 70% of your max weight. Use bands, cables free. I don't know. What do you think about Gennady dropped to 115? Good decision. Yeah, I think it's a great decision. He's going to be more fit for one. And, he's strong. He's competitive as a super, but his frame is not huge, right? So 115s makes sense. When 115s, Dave Chaffee going 115s makes sense. Me eventually going back to, and the thing is, like I said yesterday, if I'm 275 and shredded, if I can get to 225 and I've never been 275 and diced up like I've been at 250, 260, so maybe a stretch, but if I got to 275 and I was as lean as I wanted to be, and I'm not cutting to 52s or 53s, I'm just going to pull supers. But I think I'll have a higher than 210 pronation for Levon. I think I could have done a 210 here. So I'll probably ballpark 225, something like that for Levon, I think. I don't even know what playoffs you're talking about. I'm not following anything, so I don't know. Yeah, and I had an offer for a title match at 115. The offer, it went away. So I went into supers, so I gave myself 24 months to pursue going after Levon. So there's no chance in hell I would cut weight for a heavyweight world title shot unless I fail at going after Levon, If I fail after going after Levon, then yeah, cutting that weight makes sense. But unless you're talking about me being 275 and shredded, what I cut, I don't know, man. If I'm able to achieve these goals, beat Levon, I'll be a super healthy, fit version of me. So whatever that weight ends up being could be where I compete at, or maybe it's heavyweight. I don't know. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be in Patterson May 31st, but I'm happy that people would like to meet me out there. I'm supposed to be filming a movie in Atlanta May 30th through June 20th, so I won't be anywhere near California. What do you remember thinking when you pulled Levon? I never pulled Levon. We've never arm wrestled. We've gripped each other's hands for photos, but we've never even applied any pressure. Yeah, I appreciate that. When you're losing, the comeback has been successful. Look at it. I went from, a lot of people thought I should retire, I'd never be able to be elite again, to making it back to number 5 in the world in the open category. And, from my first match was February, and by November, so in less than 9 months, 8.5 months, I went from people thinking I couldn't make a comeback to, become number 5 guy. So story's good, but I just don't think it's finished yet. Yeah, Devin, I've always said we'd run it back again at some point. Do you think you would have had a chance against Levon back in Dubai? Man, I was real strong prior to the Devin match. I just wasn't. I didn't bring it together that day. But yeah, who knows? If Brian Shaw thinks it's a good idea to follow Todd Hudgens' training methods, then I guess it's good for him. People are gonna follow whatever method they think works best for them. I've always done what I've done. I've kind of made it into a hybrid now, adding Devin style lifts, Ermit style lifts. But I still do all my other stuff. People ask me, do I train biceps? Dude, of course I train biceps. That's what everything I used to do, I still do. I just added in, someone's coming down my driveway. It might be UPS, I can't tell. Everything I used to do, I still do. I just don't post regularly. Most of my posts are my arm wrestling specific lifts and the programming for that, you know. How's the pool coming along? Pool's coming along really well. Like I was saying, Wednesday they're supposed to come in and backfill. So excited about that. They did all the electrical and plumbing, not the electrical, the plumbing, and ran the wiring and conduit for the lights. So everything's done on that end. And then they'll backfill over everything Wednesday. Next day, just pour the shallow end, pour trial in the deep end. But I'll probably be back before they do the liner. So yeah, it's coming together well. Yeah, I mean, I have a 225 pronation. I can see why people think I get a stop, but I honestly think I've got a new machine coming, new partnership. I just kind of formed the other day. I've got a new machine coming that's going to be a true 1-to-1 ratio with dual 220-pound weight stacks. So all the Army style back pressure, up pressure hammer curl lifts he does, it's a gnat or something, I'll be able to do all those. And I think by the end of the year, there's a chance that I will be able to match or beat Armiz's lifting that. So if my weaknesses become my strengths, and then you add in all my other strengths, I think it'd be really, really difficult to beat me at that point. Yeah, I think Dev and I have planned on training together for a while now. Yeah, I stopped creatine at about a week to 10 days out. I stopped taking creatine, but yeah, I use creatine all the way through my my prep. Michael, what's the mental prep like for an upcoming match or any? Just, I'm in a real good space right now. Everything feels good. Everything's healthy. Like I said, I wouldn't be traveling on Mother's Day weekend if it wasn't to go over there and get this win so I can come back and have this shot in December, you know. So everything on my end is as good as it can be. Well, I stopped creatine because I don't want to get a pump or anything like that when I want to get a match. So whether it does cause a pump or not, I don't want to risk it, you know. So that's the reason I stopped taking creatine. Some people stop 2 weeks out, but yeah, I'm normally 7 to 10 days. Yeah, UPS just dropped off something. What's your game day meal and what time you eat? So I don't have anything specific. Once it gets closer, I don't have much of an appetite. I always eat breakfast, and then depending if it's a North American match or what, if it's overseas, we don't compete till really late. So I can probably eat till 5 or 6, and then maybe shakes or something small, some snacks or something. If it's here, you'll see me have breakfast and maybe just some shakes until a match, just because nervous stomach or whatever, you know, I can't eat. Hi, Michael. Good morning. God bless. Starting the morning, feeling great. I'm blessed with God. Amen. Yeah. Why are you doing cardio? Is it for health only? I mean, I've always done cardio. Cardio is just, I mean, I guess it's health. I don't want to be fat. No, I mean, I just always do cardio. No, I don't think Vitaly's overrated at all. I think he's a bad dude. I haven't been following what Trump's trying to do with Greenland. I seriously, we don't have the news. We just have apps, and so if I don't see it on Facebook or something, and most of the stuff I don't even click on, so I don't have any idea what's going on in the world. Yeah, I don't have like a bulky calorie. I'm probably 3,500 calories all the time, with the exception of cheat meals. I used to try to force feed. I just can't eat as much right now for whatever reason. Well, I always do cardio after my workouts, not before. Now I do several sessions throughout the day, so my cardio is gonna be first thing in the morning, empty stomach, most likely. And then oftentimes 10-minute walks after I eat. And then my weight training sessions are throughout the day. sometimes one, sometimes there's a morning circuit with wrist rolls, cable pulls, battle ropes, stuff like that, flex grippers. But yeah, everybody trains the way they train. Do I still do carnivore? I've never done carnivore. I would cut carbs sometimes when I want to get lean, but I've never done a carnivore diet. What do you do post-match? Oh, celebrate, hopefully. Yeah, Rebecca's found out that our matches are over so late in Istanbul that she'll order us a couple of pizzas and have them in the room waiting, so we can just get back to the room and have food because most places are closed. Yeah, so I actually dropped 3 pounds since yesterday. I was 301 yesterday morning. I was 298 this morning. But traveling, I'm probably going to be strip morning weight anywhere between 298, 303, all the way up to the match. I'm wearing waist shapers, so it's just compression to get your abs. I believe when your abs contract, when you breathe, your abs contract. So if you have compression, get your abs. It just forces them to contract harder. Whether it's a placebo or it's true, I don't know. I've always done cardio with belts on. Vitality recovers well between rounds. What do you think? Who do you think has better endurance? I definitely think I have better endurance. Yeah, so like the other day, I did the pumping reps with the chest block on bench. I did 63 reps to failure. And then 2 minutes later, I did 37 reps and racked it because I was just trying to get to 100. Could have probably had another set of 45 or 50. So even after going to complete failure, within 2 minutes, I could come back and probably hit a 45 or 50 rep set again. So pretty good recovery. I wouldn't think it makes more chiseled. I don't know, man. It's just, remember all those years ago, you see the women wearing the corsets or whatever for small waists? Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. No, it's an old one. It's just kind of got my face with Monster Factory down the side of it. That was one of the first editions we came out with once we came with Monster Factory. Yeah, I appreciate that grip and focus. I mean, endurance stuff at Legend, it's just stubbornness. The stubbornness is the stuff of Legend. I don't think I have any type of special endurance. I just hate losing, so I try real hard. What's your natural weight you can maintain easily? I don't have one. It'll be over 300 pounds because if I was a normal person who ate like a normal person, I would have a lot more body fat and be heavier, I'm always trying to eat healthy, make healthy decisions, all that stuff. So yeah, I will have to go to bed hungry, wake up hungry to be lighter than this, That's just what it takes for me. Yeah, I mean, there is no plan B. I know how to arm wrestle, so I'm going to probably hit the same lane, or if I feel a vulnerability to go inside, I mean, I'm not going to supinate because my hand doesn't supinate. I'm not going to turn into a hook. I mean, I can press, I can top row. This plan B doesn't exist for me. I've always felt like if I do what I do at its highest level, it beats what you do at your highest level. And most of the time I'm right, so if Vitaly can beat my hand, climb my hand or something like that, I'm gonna hold on until I get pinned. Hopefully wear him out enough to where the next round he can't do it again. The only way he'll be able to do something that I won't have a counter for is if he is strong enough to flash me, and then I'm not even in the match. But I just don't think that's a possibility. I don't think it's an impossibility. I just don't think it's likely. Nothing I'm changing with the Hermes match except for I'd want the buckle, tight strap. If I didn't get the buckle, my riser, I feel like, has drastically improved. My ability to post up that pressure drastically improved. Yeah, just some subtle changes, but nothing crazy. I just think I'm stronger now, and I didn't have a good mental space for that match. I had some things happen before I left that really affected me, so I feel like it played a big role. I think I was strong enough on that day. I just It's like I was outside my body watching myself arm wrestle. As much as I wanted to, I just couldn't get my head in there, you know. Which loss has made you feel horrible? 4-2 to Devin in 2011. I was strong enough to win that match. He walked out of the straps came apart, put a second strap on, 2 straps, walked out of the straps. He just blew my hand so much. I should have had a better game plan. I was the stronger person on the day. He was the better arm wrestler. So that would have been overall #1 in the world that day. So that loss hurt. Yeah, what I usually eat in a day in competition depends on where I'm at, you know. If I'm home, I'm eating, you know, carbs, proteins, healthy fats. If I'm overseas, whatever the healthiest thing I can eat on that day, you know, just, there's different foods over there than are here that we have access to. Yeah, I mean, did I not care about the loss in 2021? Of course I cared about the loss, but it wasn't for overall #1 in the world. It was the most expensive loss I ever took because the win bonus was the biggest win bonus anyone had ever had at that time. So it cost me quite a bit of money to lose. So it was an unfortunate situation, but yeah, I'm not real messed up about it. Shit happens. Yeah, I seriously think I can stop Vitaly in the center. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I can. I think my pronation, my rise, and my back pressure through the trap through true back pressure dragging motion is enough to stop that sideways aggressive hit somewhere near the center of the table. Yeah, I believe it. We'll find out. Yeah, I should definitely at least try that for 1 round. We'll see how things go. I mean, I'm going there to win. And I don't care if I have to win ugly. I don't care if he fouls out. It doesn't matter. Winning's the only thing that matters for this weekend for me. I just got to get the win, you know. Hang on for dear life. Get the win, all right? Favorite win. Used to be Pushcart 2012 because no one gave me a chance at winning, but it probably was 2017 when basically no one thought I could win in the open tournament in WAL, especially with it being seeded because I got into long matches. At the time, Travis Bajan was #1 seed, Dave Chafee was #2, Nick Zeno was #3, and I had to beat all 3 of them and round to the finals. Yeah, you must be new. Rebecca has won 7 national titles. Yeah, she retired in 2018, but yeah, she won 7 national titles, right, left-handed. It was real competitive. She had 1 Arm War super match versus Erika Lorentzen from Sweden, won that 6-0. Yeah, Rebecca had tons of potential. She just hated this fear of getting her arm broke, and she did like the anxiety of being on stage. I have no idea what FAP is before competition. Well, so Gennady, I didn't flop press him, I shoulder press him. And round 5 final match, I just basically slapped sideways as he was trying to let go. So none of those were true flop presses. For one, my wrist doesn't go back past here. But yeah, round 3 was a shoulder press, right? Okay, there you go. Yeah, I've never stopped intimacy before a match. I never was a big believer in that. Yeah, it's just a stupid comment. Appreciate it. But yeah, what do you think will win, Matyshenko or Kalinchenkov? I think Matyshenko has to be the favorite, but Kalinchenkov looks good. You think the rest can actually be detrimental? I mean, I rest, like I don't do anything from like 7 days out. Like I just do cardio. I don't lift anything. I don't do anything. I don't warm up. I mean, you know, I'll shake some hands and stuff, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll pull left-handed. My left's actually starting to get pretty good again. I mean, half the national titles and world titles I have are left-handed. Arm Wars, UAL. Yeah, I don't think I have NAL, PAL, WAL. They're all right. Yeah, but yeah, the left's pretty good. It's getting stronger. My shoulder press left is really good. Do you plan to stop Vitaly in round 1? I plan on winning round 1 and round 2 and round 3. You know what I'm saying? That's the plan. I don't know if Travis can get back serious again. The level's just so high, and it takes so much commitment, and I just don't know. He's got a lot of things going on with Tyson, and he's set pretty much. So it'd have to be something very, I don't even know. Like, maybe it's not even possible. Have I ever tried Hermes back pressure, same form lift? That's what the static holds are. Those are the same. That's the same movement that he's doing. What are your chances against current Jerry? 0 doubts that I win that match. Jerry's great. I've got the winning record against Jerry. The only time Jerry's pinned me in the last 15 years was in WAL. Prior to that, I had swept him. You know, I had lost a round to him. So when people think WL was for my favor, that's the only time I ever lost to Jerry. On 7x7 pads, I won every time. You know, prior to or since 2006, I lost to him in '95. Then he beat me 2-1 in 2007. It's 2007 he beat me 2-1. But then 2013, 2014, I beat Jerry. No, Jerry's not worse. Jerry's strong. Jerry's still probably one of the best out there. He just, you know, his style works real well, and his style might work really well against Vitaly. But yeah, Jerry's super strong. He's gonna try to press through my arm, and I don't think I can be pressed that way. Who should Jerry pull next? Man, I'd like to see if Morozov could do anything with it, because Morozov might be able to turn him into a hook, you know, while Jerry's trying to flop. Now Jerry will go hook to hook with him, but I think a Morozov Jerry match will be good, because Morozov did real well against Camille. So, do I want to rematch with Rivas? Rivas isn't, you know, currently active right now, so there is nobody that I want to rematch with. I want to beat Vitaly, and I want to pull the winner of Hermes and Levon. Outside of that, there's nothing in my line of sight. You know, there's nothing. Oh, Jerry versus Camille would be great. But yeah, I don't think Rivas is retired. I talked to him the day, just he's not actively pulling right now. But yeah. Would I rematch Dennis? I mean, I'd pull anyone. There's nobody out there I would not arm wrestle, right? I mean, if there's an offer on the table and it's my normal rate, then of course I'll pull them. But yeah, I mean, it's right now, win in 5 days, and then come back home, deload for 6 weeks, maintenance weight, cardio, and then have a 5.5 month prep for the winner of Hermes versus Levon, right? So there is no commentating is not something you do after you retire from arm wrestling, because I don't think there is such a thing as retiring from arm wrestling. I mean, obviously Travis did it, but I will always compete. It's just at what level, you know. I mean, look at Todd Hutchins. I mean, he a reigning, you know, 95 kilogram world champion, and he's like 59 years old almost. So I think Corey would do well against Jerry. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that match. But yeah, I mean, I just won't stay this heavy, you know. I just won't stay this heavy. I will, after this run at the top, you know, successful or not, I'm going to go back and just be the healthiest, fittest version of me, which still puts me in that, you know, 260-ish range, because that's normally where I lean out the most at. But like I said, if I could be 275 and lean, I'd stay there. Better sure form than it was against Hermes. Well, I mean, so my pronation lift's only like 3.6% stronger. My pronation gauge back pressure is only 1.7% stronger. My Hermes riser curl is significantly stronger. It's like 25% stronger, probably 27% stronger. And my static holds, from the weight that I was using to the weight that I'm using now, drastically stronger. Side pressure, outside side pressure is like 2 or 3% stronger. So those percentages don't seem like a lot, but at a high level, those matter quite a bit. I just think my headspace is much better now, you know. I don't stop the match with who if I'm palm up. I don't think people can turn me palm up. I mean, we'll find out. Yeah, I think that's a stupid comment. What version you're at right now? It's always been Monster 2.0. That's just a revision, you know. People want to be smart asses and say stupid shit, but it's just Monster 2.0. It's just it's a journey, you know. It's not a destination. It's just a journey. Wins. It's funny. People talk about, oh, all I do is lose. I lost one match. I came back and won 5 last year. I lost 1 this year. You know, I mean, I lose to Vitaly and then I lost to Devon. Or if I want a losing streak now, then someone can say shit. And really, you can't, because I'm still losing to the best guys in the world. I don't think I'm going to lose this weekend. I think I'm going to win that, and I think I'm going to pull the winner of Levon and Hermes. I think I'm going to win that, and then figure out what happens after that. But yeah, I saw the 92 kilograms for 8 reps or something. So yeah, stupid impressive. I wonder what his 1 rep max would be now. But yeah, Hermes is looking really good. I mean, 115 will be iffy. I will eventually, after this chase, so I will be healthy, and if that means I'm within range, you know, 5 kilograms or whatever of the 115, then yeah, I would compete at 115. But we'll just have to see, guys. Well, that's it. That's the last cardio session before we get on a plane. I've got to go eat. Got to pack. Got to do some laundry. That's it. I'm sure we'll see you guys. We'll do some sort of live while we're in Turkey, I'm sure. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And appreciate all the support. Y'all be blessed. Take care.